Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev.
A burst pipe at 3 a.m. is a bad way to start the day. A cold shower in November isn't invigorating. So before you start freaking, call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is just one call away 24 hours a day. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. This week's Loud and Local Band of the Week is College Radio. It's our Loud and Local Band of the Week, College Radio. You want to find out how to get their music? Just go to the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com.
Check out their new EP, also a new music video for the song as well. They put it up on their Facebook page. It's a super fun one. Really cool band, and the EP is called Survival Guide.
And if you're loving local music, then what you got to do is tune in Sunday nights at 8 o'clock for a show called Loud and Local. That's where you get to hear 2 solid hours of great local music, bands like College Radio. It's Friday! Hey, look, Daddy's jumping!
Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying, partying, yeah! Partying, fun, looking forward to the weekend.
Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you go out there and party. Or, not. I'm not going to party, so I don't know.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
Yeah, go play some video games till you get mad and throw your controller.
No.
Sounds like that's basically what I'm going to do, so. Let's get to our contestant today.
Rage.
We've got Matt in Issaquah. Matt, are you there?
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning. Steve, get out of here.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Matt will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Matt, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
The final episode of The Oprah Winfrey Show aired in what early 2010s year?
2011, 2012, 2013.
11 yes. How many feet is the free throw line from the backboard in basketball?
10 feet.
No.
15.
Yes. What kind of car is the time machine in Back to the Future?
DeLorean.
Yes. Twinkies were invented in what decade?
30s.
Yes. Maggie May was the first #1 song for which artist?
Rod Stewart.
Yes. What war do the girls in Little Women grow up during?
Civil War.
Yes. Who directed the classic horror film The Birds?
Pass.
Who was the original voice of Mickey Mouse?
Walt Disney.
Yes. What movie features the line, "You can't handle the truth"?
A Few Good Men.
Yes. Richard Harris and Michael Gambon have both played which Harry Potter character?
Pass.
Who directed the classic horror film The Birds?
Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, and Matt gets 9 correct.
Not too shabby, Matt.
That's pretty good.
Is that how you say his name, Michael Gambon?
I don't know. I mean, it looks like it.
Okay, then.
What is it? Is it like Gambon?
Well, so you don't know. I've been saying. Well, I've been saying it wrong this whole. I've been saying Gambon. But you don't know, so I won't go to you. But
Yeah, don't go to me on that one.
Saying it right.
Well,
all right, I won't.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say it the same way that I said it there. So if it's wrong, at least it's wrong for everybody.
There we go. That's what we call consistency.
Yeah, Steve, you're back.
Are you ready?
Oh, yes. The final episode of the Oprah Winfrey Show aired in what early 2010s year?
2011.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
How many feet is the free throw line from the backboard in basketball?
Is that 15?
Yes.
Nice.
What kind of car is the time machine in Back to the Future?
A DeLorean.
Yes. Twinkies were invented in what decade?
The 20s.
No.
30s.
Yes. Maggie May was the first #1 song for which artist?
John Cougar Mellencamp?
No.
Bob Dylan.
No.
Maggie May. Hey, baby. Hey. I'm going to go Bruce Springsteen.
No.
No, Maggie May.
What war do the girls and Little Women grow up during?
World War I.
No.
World War II.
No.
Civil War.
Yes. Who directed the classic horror film The Birds?
Alfred Hitchcock.
Yes. Who was the original voice of Mickey Mouse?
Oh, it's Mickey Mouse. Walt Disney?
Yes. What movie featured the line, "You can't handle the truth"?
A Few Good Men.
Yes. Richard Harris and Michael Gambon have both played which Harry Potter character?
Dumbledore.
Yes. And Steve.
Of course.
Wow. Pulled that one up. Got 9 correct. And a tie.
That was a
Denied
gimme
the
for
win.
Steve.
Oh, come on.
He always says Dumbledore.
This is the one character he remembers. I
Is
forgot
that
about
a
that.
Hogwarts?
Yeah. So I knew you were going to get that right.
Well, congrats, Matt, on your tie.
I mean,
Hey,
at least
thanks,
there's no
Steve.
song.
Good job, man. Have a great weekend.
Thanks. All right, thanks, guys. Love your show. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Take it easy, Matt. Appreciate it, buddy.
He did Dumbledore, but he did know Rod Stewart.
That was it.
Yes, it was. Like, you were kind of like, I don't know, humming or singing or doing something there.
Even though I guessed Bob Dylan, I was still convinced it was Bob Dylan, so I was singing, "Hey, baby, hey, Maggie May, hey, baby."
Oh, that's what you were doing. Okay.
That's my Bob Dylan impression.
Okay.
Hey, baby, hey, baby.
Not wrong
Maggie
there.
May.
It's great. That's a great impression.
Well, congrats on your tie.
Thanks.
Yeah, good job, Steve. There you go. All right, well, it's time. It is time for you to actually open your mouth and say what's on your mind. It is time for Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. We got your calls. We got your texts. We'll take those at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Listeners on the Loose brought to you by Whole Foods Market. This is where, of course, you get to pick the topic. You get to guide the show. But do remember, Steve has a rule for Listeners on the Loose.
It's a simple rule, BJ. It's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're gonging your butt. And then saying goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
So I said earlier, you guys were talking about living or dead. Who would you have as an official at your wedding? This person just said, simple question, but what dead person would you like to resurrect?
Oh, wow.
I'm assuming a celebrity. Because otherwise, this could get dark. Yeah.
Well, I mean, really? Because I feel like I'd rather go with a loved one. Does it have to be a celebrity? Kind of wouldn't you like to see somebody that you haven't seen in a while?
Yeah, but I guess it's more relatable, I guess, for everyone playing at home. They don't know Aunt Sheila. She might be really nice.
Aunt Sheila was a wonderful star in my movie of... All right, fine. I guess you got a point there. All right, so living or dead... Oh, no, they have to be dead.
Living or dead, who are we resurrecting?
Because there are some people that are alive that I think probably could use to be resurrected.
Yeah. They're a little dead inside. That's what he
Yeah.
was.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I might go... My first thought was Kurt Cobain. And I never saw Nirvana live. So not only do they have to be resurrected, but Dave has to leave the Foo Fighters for a brief period of time.
Boy, there's a lot that has to happen now.
They just tour together. Yeah, just one show.
And then he gets to do
Seattle. That's all. I don't care about everyone else.
So, yeah, exactly.
I wonder how awkward that would be because
What if Kurt showed up from the grave?
Well, let's just say that happened because, I've watched TV shows. Vicky and I watched a show, an Australian show about that where a bunch of people just started crawling out of their graves and it was awkward because folks had moved on and, it's like Dave's moved on. I mean, he's had an amazing career and he's the front man, as opposed to the dude sitting behind the kid. I wonder how that would be. Like, would he want to rejoin the Nirvana? Would he want to do that? I don't know.
Knowing Dave, he'd do both. I mean, he's always he's touring with like Queens of the Stone Age in the past. He had that super group with the dude from, Queens of the Stone Age and Led Zeppelin. I mean, he's always doing something.
So you're saying that, he's going to be completely open to this. All right, fair enough.
Well, if I met his friend also came back from the dead, I think he'd be up for that. I don't think he'd be like, no, Kurt. You got to stay. I don't need this decision in my life to pick the Foo Fighters or Nirvana.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of ramifications, but I suppose just for the enjoyment aspect of Steve Miggs, okay, we'll go with it.
But it does make you wonder, like, what would have happened. I always think about that with Mother Love Bone. And that's another one also. Andrew Wood would be a pretty incredible one to be able to see them perform again. But, what would have then happened? Like that you just think about, like, was it the butterfly effect kind of thing?
Yeah,
where it's like,
exactly.
Pearl Jam would it have ever happened? Or, maybe it would have. Maybe Andrew would have decided to go solo and then the guys in Pearl Jam or the guys in Mother Love Bone would be like, we got to start a new band. Or same with Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters Personally, I don't think Nirvana would have been a band. I don't know them, so I can't make up this decision. But just from the vibe and from the stuff you read, I don't think that would have been a band if Kurt was still alive that would still be going on right now. Like, I almost feel like it would have been like one of those, maybe another record, but Kurt would have just kind of wanted to do his own thing or nothing at all. And then would Dave have started the Foo Fighters and would it still been as great as it turned out to be?
Yeah, or what if, all that happened and Andy was still alive and then maybe, Eddie Vedder starts the Eddie Vedder Fighters.
The Eddie Vedder Fighters.
Yeah, because, Nirvana you got Dave and Nirvana, and therefore Eddie's got nowhere to go with Pearl Jam, so it's Eddie Vedder Fighters.
Well, I think he had that band in San Diego. I think they're called, like, Bad Radio.
Yeah.
Which we know all too well.
Yeah. Not a band. Didn't he make that after us? I thought we were the inspiration for that band.
That's why he has a lot of love for KSW.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, that's ours. All right, Vicky, if you could bring somebody back, who would it be?
Mine will definitely be the same one as who I'd want to marry me, and it'd be Robin Williams. Like, he was my childhood, between Aladdin, him being the genie, Mrs. Doubtfire, and then even as I got older, watching movies like Birdcage and stuff, he is just one phenomenal actor, and just hearing all the stories of what kind of person he was, I would have loved to just sit there with him and, like, have coffee or do whatever the hell he wants and just listen to him. Plus, he was also a huge, like, video game nerd, too. So
now, hold on a second. So not only do we bring him back to life, but they got to spend time with us, too. That's the idea.
Well, then what's the point of resurrecting them?
That's the whole point.
Maybe they make new movies that you could watch.
I didn't think of that. Well, I thought it was to resurrect to see them. Like, that's why I would want to, is to maybe hopefully meet.
It's like a text just said Brittany Murphy, so that as long as she comes back and we can have sex.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. This is that. Now we've gone down a weird road.
That's a very weird road.
Very self-serving.
Yeah.
Unlike mine, where I just wanted the performance so I could see Nirvana live.
Yeah. You want to hang out with them.
I mean, I'd still love for him to make more movies, but if I could get a chance to meet him, that'd be nice, too.
I'm shocked you didn't go with Brandon Lee. I thought for sure that was good. If someone said, hey, who do you think Vicky's going to want to resurrect? I'm going, Brandon Lee from The Crow.
True.
I do, too.
I would have thought that, too, yeah.
I don't know. That one very much would be self-serving. The same thing as the Brittany Murphy guy.
Whoa. Oh, you just want Brandon Lee for sex?
Well, like, maybe hug. Like, I'd love to hug him. I'm not
maybe a hug.
Just a hug, please.
No, if that really, you're going to end it at a hug? If you're resurrecting this guy from the dead, you're going to waste that wish on a hug?
Can you imagine Brandon Lee's like, wait, why am I back here? And they're like, well, you've been resurrected. Cool. How did that happen? Meet Vicky. She wanted a hug. That's all.
Yeah,
just a hug. Maybe something more will come a little later.
I dabbled into the dark arts to resurrect you. Now, can I have a hug?
This is bad, man. Omnipotence is a good thing we regular humans don't have it, because look at the useless stuff we're doing with it.
Right, like at least our texter has a good one. Betty White says she can have her 100th birthday.
There you go.
Oh, that's for Betty.
Right. That's not self-serving.
It's kind of for us, too, because it would have been an amazing celebration.
Mm-hmm. All right, Rev.
Yeah. It's kind of weird, especially when you're just talking about Brandon Lee, because I was thinking Bruce Lee.
Oh, I didn't know you were a big Bruce Lee guy.
Yeah, plus he's from around this area. I would love to see his take on, like, martial arts movies now, and even getting him in some of those roles and just seeing some of those, how they would work out. That would be pretty amazing.
So you're talking Bruce Lee and his prime.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's when he passed, so he would come back
in his prime.
Yeah, he wouldn't come back as like a 100-year-old at this point.
See, and I thought Revs was going to be Meatloaf.
Yeah. Meatloaf, right.
See, I just cosplay as Meatloaf, so Meatloaf's always in my heart.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, see.
And that's it.
With me.
I yell like that, too.
Yeah, and Meatloaf is fresh, as it were. And, maybe because we haven't lost him for a long time, so we haven't really... No? All right, there you go.
So said Vicky wants a hug. Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right, so I don't know, Danny, is it Jack from Titanic? You want him back?
Yeah, because he was real.
No, but that's not a true story?
It's not.
Oh.
Bob Saget. He just died way too quickly and way too early, in my opinion.
That's a great call.
Yeah, and I think that at that point it'd be great if he could. I mean, he was on the cusp of doing a bunch of stuff. It's like
I would like Bob back so that I could go, Bob, there's a lot of controversy around your passing. Well, because there's
about it being sick or not.
Yeah, a lot of mysteries around this, and the family is. I mean, I don't know. I don't. Whenever you don't tell a true story about somebody in today's day and age, it makes you think the worst.
Yeah.
So I wonder what really went on, because we love Bob. He's a great guy, and. So so I would love him to come back to go, Bob, can you tell us what's up? Just so that, because I hate to have your legacy ruined like this.
Did you see John Stamos, what happened just recently with him?
Is he still alive?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a stupid story. It's nothing about anything bad.
Oh, okay, because we're resurrecting people. I'm like, wow,
right.
John, I didn't even know John wasn't with us.
His career. We're trying to resurrect his career. Poor guy.
Good job. Yeah.
He was on TikTok. So there's this woman on TikTok that's, I guess, like has millions of followers, and she does like these silly songs and things. So she was doing a silly song with her mom, and it was like a parody of Jesse's Girl.
Yeah.
But her mom apparently is obsessed with John Stamos. So, but like, even like, she's like, hey, would you leave John Stamos for your, would you leave Dad? She's like, no, of course not, but I think he's really attractive. So while she's performing the song with her mom, out of nowhere, coming in from another room, and of course it's because I think she has a huge TikTok following, and probably that's how she knew John Stamos. John Stamos just walks into the shot with a guitar and does the chorus with them. Wow. And the mom, like, she would have, I mean, sometimes you always question how hammed up was this, how much acting's going on. The mom looks so starstruck and just is staring at him. And it's why, like, the audio is really, I mean, it's cute, but you don't really get to understand what's going on until you see the video, because she's just staring at John Stamos like, this is not really happening, and then just starts touching him. And then the daughter's just like, or John Stamos jokingly says, are you married? And she goes, no. That is amazing. It's so great. But at first I'm like, how is she pulling this off? Like, how did she get John Stamos in her house? And I click on the woman's TikTok page, and she's got like millions of followers and stuff.
That's how it's happening.
Yeah, so she maybe knows someone who knows someone. But yeah, you'll see the Vicky found the video, and she's just like awkwardly touching him.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I mean, wow.
And then John's like, you're beautiful, you married? And she's like, no. Yeah. That's the moment where your mom just left your dad.
You know what?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Fun fact about that song, Jesse's Girl, though. Growing up, I didn't know that song wasn't about Uncle Jesse and Aunt Becky on Full House. Like, I heard that song, and I thought that's what they wrote that song about. Because I didn't know that was an actual song until I heard it after I was a huge Full House fan.
And if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. No, I think I am mistaken. Well, they both were on soap operas. I don't know if they were on the same soap opera, but John Stamos was on a soap opera, and so was Rick Springfield, the singer of Jesse's Girl. Yes. I just don't know if they were on the same one, which is really weird if that was the case.
I have the dumbest, like, little tidbit of history with that song is that my brother got that on a 45, the Jesse's Girl song, and this was like right around the time where, like, DJs were starting to become popular and like hip hop, and I was trying to learn how to scratch a record, and it was with Jesse's Girl.
Oh, did
on
you
my
really
brother's record player, and I'm like, and it just wrecked the record. Like, I mean, I legit scratched the record, and my brother just beat the what out of me when he found out. And like, I came back on it, like, my poor parents, like, why did you beat up your little brother? And he's like, because he was scratching Jesse's Girl.
That's legitimate if you ask me. I think it's well worth it. I'm on the side of your brother on this one, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it was that moment. I could have been a great, like, club DJ, but it was that moment where I stopped trying.
Oh.
By the way, Jesse's Girl, another song that doesn't age well when you really listen to the lyrics.
Oh, I was about to say, I feel like that song is like still good. like it's a timeless song, but not because of the lyrics, just because I think it's got a great hook. It's the music is cool.
Oh, I agree. It's just like Every Breath You Take. It's a great sounding song until you listen to what they're saying in the song. He's basically just watching his best friend and his girl like make out, and he's just like, oh, I wish that could be me. I want to do, and it's just like, it makes you wonder, like, is he doing something while watching, like singing about these two? And it's like, I don't think that song holds up as much as it probably should. So it's like,
I just pulled up the lyrics and I just saw the first line I saw just was like, oh, I feel so dirty when they start talking cute, right?
Exactly. It is. Yeah, it is not a. Boy, there was a lot of stalking romance going on in those days between John Cusack, Sting, and now Rick Springfield. Just a lot of stalking that was supposedly called romance.
And I was just curious to see what the background was of the song. He actually had a crush on a guy's girlfriend. He was taking a class, and his friend's name was Gary, and it was Gary's girlfriend, but he didn't want to actually use his real name. And the only reason he chose Jesse was because the guy was wearing a T-shirt of a football player named Ron Jesse. Yeah. But could you imagine that song being Gary's girl?
No, it doesn't sound as cool.
No. It doesn't vibe right.
It doesn't fit.
Boy, he really probably kept that secret. That Gary probably never knew, right?
Yeah, you think Gary's like, hey, dude, that song you wrote, I know it said... No, it was a guy, Gary, I used to work with. You don't know him.
Yeah, okay.
But everything you're describing sounds like me and my girl back in high school.
It does, Rick. Yeah, Rick, it's kind of creepy. You pick the topic. You guide the show. It is Listeners on the Loose. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Your calls, your texts at 934 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has the widest range of electrified vehicles on the market, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
When the hot water needs to be hot, when the drain needs to drain, when the toilet needs to flush, you need to do two things. Stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical. On call and there when you need them most. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
So the other day you guys were talking about kleptomaniacs, and I have a story and a question for you guys on how to handle something. It says, I just found out that my girlfriend does like to take stuff. Nothing too serious, but like candy bars and suckers and things along those lines. She says she keeps the items under $5, but I still feel like that's stealing, and I don't think it's okay. I'm not exactly sure what to do about this.
Yeah, it is stealing. It is, and it's not okay. I mean, I don't know how she can justify that it's okay.
Call the cops and get her arrested.
Wow.
Yeah,
snitches.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man.
Do you dump her?
Well, if you're going to, I mean, at that point, like, she's probably going to keep doing it. So if you're not okay with it, like, at that point, you either have the conversation of, you need to stop stealing or I'm going to leave.
I mean, it's 5 important words just to ask. It's a question about how good is the sex. I think that's really right. Isn't that what it boils down to?
5 words? Okay.
Yeah, it is 5 words. Very important.
I counted right before I said
Well, good job, buddy. You know what? I suspected as much, but I thought I'd give you the win.
Yeah.
But yeah. Look, everybody compromises their morals in life, and you have that conversation, because people go, oh, they're probably making so much money. What does it matter? But it's like, man, between the employees and people like her that go into retail, it's tough to do retail honestly and ethically without really having a bad attitude if you're like in charge.
I'd almost be like, because some people like that's like it's just something that's exhilarating for them. Yep. So maybe like there's like in a weird, I don't know if it's like an addiction, but maybe that's something that you just can't stop. So maybe like you work out an agreement, like you can only shoplift when we're together and I'll actually pay for it. But like you go pretend that you're shoplifting and I'll talk to the cashier and be like, hey, just ring up that Reese's peanut butter cup and And it's just a weird
You're going to have that conversation, Steve? Think about you in your life. Every time you go to a store, you're going to do that.
I mean, what else am I going to do?
You're not going to do that. That's what, you know what? I really believe, look, I know you love your wife, but that would have been a deal breaker. You would have been like, no, this is not how I'm living my life.
Unless you get me one too.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many candy bars is the person getting?
Yeah, I look, people have issues, all right? They do. And look, I'm not going to diminish kleptomania as a thing, but there are people fighting bigger issues that they have to stop doing, like alcoholism, drug abuse. I think you can stop your kleptomania. I really do. Because other people have to stop that stuff.
She definitely needs to talk to somebody if she can't stop.
Yeah, that's the thing. Go get help. I'm not going to say that she doesn't have a thing, but the idea that, well, we'll just allow it because it's not that big of a deal, to me is, no, stop that.
Can you imagine you go to every store you go to with her, you just drop a $5 bill and a little note. That way you don't have to deal with the awkward talk.
So that's how you do it. You just be dropping $5. But you're going to be spending a lot of money at every store you go to. Imagine being at the mall. Steve, you're going to go broke.
Another $5 bill. Another $5. It just says, My girlfriend took something that was less than $5. Keep the rest of the change.
Yeah. Or then she walks out with an TV and you're like, $5 wasn't
enough. You lied to me.
Yeah, because here's what we know about, fetishes or addictions is that it's stronger and stronger and bigger. Like, what used to satisfy you doesn't satisfy you, so you got to go bigger until you address the issue. So it ain't going to stop a candy bar.
Still talking about stealing?
Say, does size really matter, BJ?
Yeah, it does.
There is the motion of the product that you're buying.
The motion of the product. Yes. There we go. Okay.
So I said, hey, just steal things from her that are worth less than $5. It's a massive inconvenience for her. That'll teach her a lesson.
We all have great lessons here, don't we?
None of us are helpful.
It's not going to help a relationship. Yeah, that'll do it.
All right, we got good news. So I said, good morning, everyone. I just found out that my second kid is due on Halloween. And I'm wondering if any of you might have some good Halloween names. Also, this is Justin in Ferndale, and this is going to be our second kid. It happened naturally. Our last kid was IVF, so this was quite a shocking, happy moment for us. And I figured who better to tell than my favorite radio show. That is great news.
That's
Congratulations,
awesome.
Justin.
Okay.
They say, though, after the IVF that the next go-round, things are a lot more fertile.
Well, okay. Well, you better be careful, buddy.
Well, it turned out ours was natural. Remember, we went through all the IVF stuff. It didn't work for us.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
we did years of all IVF, IUI, and all those things. And we were the stereotypical story of people always saying, just when you stop thinking about it, that's when it happens. And that's it, how it sounded in my head anytime someone would say it. I'm like, that's when it happened. Just when we stop thinking about it, that's when it happened.
Look at you making fun of all those folks with that wisdom. I hope you feel good about your shit.
Well, I made fun of it in my head, so I don't feel bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I really wish you did enough.
It's not like I mocked them in front of them.
I would, yeah.
Thanks for the advice, stupid.
Of course you would. Seriously, I would. I totally would. Especially the amount of time Steve heard it. I would have said, yeah, come on.
So many times. But congratulations. And so the question, he wanted a Halloween-themed name.
Oh, yeah, Jack,
Sally, Binks,
Mike Myers.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Jason,
thinking.
Freddie, Jason. Yeah.
Wednesday.
Chucky.
Pugsley.
Gomez.
Pubert.
Morticia.
Frankenweenie.
Fester.
Webb.
Whoa.
Frankenweenie.
There you go.
That too.
Yeah.
He actually had a name too. It was Sparky.
Candy's a good name.
All right, first name Sparky, middle name Frankenweenie.
Yeah.
I like
Frankenweenie.
I like what BJ was going there with. You have first name Candy, middle name Corn.
Oh, or first name Trick, second name Treat.
I'd rather that. I don't want my kid named Candy Corn. I'll be disgusted by them by the time they're born. And
Okay, then call your kid Trick or Treat. I'm sure that's a great name.
well, then they pick which one they want.
Especially if she wants to go to a career in dancing. There you go. Well, congratulations, man. That's good news. And it's Danny's favorite time of the year, man.
It is.
Jack Skellington is a good Halloween name. Somebody
Yes,
just
it
said.
is.
See, or just Jack, because then you could, is it Jack Skellington or is it Jack-o'-lantern?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Freddy Krueger?
Solid.
That's not
Is
wrong.
he really even Halloween? Is that even a Halloween movie, or is he just like...
It's just
It's
a
a
Halloween
scary
costume.
movie. It's a scary movie.
You watch it
But,
around
that
that
counts.
time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll put it out there.
What about John McClane? If we were going to call it a Christmas movie, Die Hard's also a Halloween movie at this point.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Right?
Yeah, listen, at this point, why don't we just call the kid anything we want at this point? If we're going to make a stretch, then you know what? Call him Freddie. Call him Freddie, Jimmy, Jingleheimer Schmidt. Go
How
ahead.
about their last name is Adams, and their daughter's name is Wednesday?
Oh, that's
Wednesday.
Oh, then they
You
got to
need a
call the
boy.
kid Patch. Don't they?
Adams.
I mean, keep all the famous Adamses.
See, I was going to go if it's a guy, you go Pugsley.
Yeah.
Pugsley is okay. Patch is okay.
Pugsley is not okay. Do not name your child Pugsley.
Fine, name him
The hand's name.
Fester.
Thing.
Yeah.
Thing.
Fester.
Thing.
Yeah,
Get over your thing.
Lurch. How about Lurch? Lurch is a good name.
Herman.
I think we got it all nailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. I mean,
such a list.
Let's go to Amy and Lacey. Amy, you are on the Rock.
Hey, morning, guys. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Amy. What you got for us?
I just want to give a huge shout out to all my chemo nurses at 8 South E up at the U. I had my last chemo treatment yesterday.
Oh.
My first immunotherapy treatment.
Wow, you sound amazing for just having had a chemo treatment. Good for you, Amy.
Oh, and I'm on my way to work. So
what? I know people that have chemo treatments that, it knocks their asses out. They need a couple days off. You're going to work.
Oh, I lost the only thing I ever had was I ended up having to shave my head off because I had those bald,
really? How are you talking to me right now?
Chemo patient patches all over the place.
Okay.
So I just shaved my head off, and I haven't gotten sick. Nothing.
What?
Nice.
That is amazing. Well,
hey, did anyone shave their head in solidarity? Because I did for you. So I'm just curious if anyone else did.
Me too.
Well, I did some shaving, but I don't want to tell you where. It's rather personal. But it was in solidarity.
Why don't you go down that road?
Hey, you know what? I'm right there with you. But the thing is, I lost all my hair, so I don't have to shave again. Yeah.
Amy knows what's up.
So the carpet matches the drapes. Hey.
And it's hardwood floors.
I think we call that hardwood floors, Steve, back in the day. That's what it's called.
Congratulations, though.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
What a great Friday.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for listening,
Awesome
Amy.
weekend.
There's probably a lot of people right now who've had chemo that are like, F that, Amy. How is this possible? It's amazing how the body is different in different people. Because I got a buddy going through it right now, and it is just a beating for him. And here's Amy like, I am ready to go do cheerleading squad stuff and whatever.
Steve, can I just have you walk around me with that noise?
Dude, that was so amazing. Did you play a DJ horn for her not having any more chemo treatment?
Yeah, he did.
I think that's her thing now. If you call in and say you're done with your chemo treatments and cancer is good, you beat it. You get the horn.
There you go. You get the horn. It seems fair. The horn's annoying, but it is celebratory.
I was trying to think, when she said such good news, I was like, we got to have something that would I don't know. We don't have gray skies. On a clear, some kind of sound that would be like.
Oh, we don't have that? I feel like you singing it is just as good.
I was like, this.
Yeah, that's it. That's a wonderful way to celebrate anything with that annoying horn.
It's not annoying. That's the best horn
it isn't?
ever.
You know what? Then I would like to play that outside of your home continuously for multiple days.
No, it's only if you're getting hyped up about something. That's what I'm saying. Is
Right.
if I'm walking around and I get a burrito and Steve plays that, I'm going to be like, this is the best burrito ever.
Right.
Where's the horn, Steve? He just said it. There you go. He's already failed at his job at being a
he
hype
didn't
man.
really
Danny.
have one. So
I don't have a burrito.
Well, still, you're his hype man, Steve. I think that's what Danny wants.
Fine.
He just wants a hype man.
And good for you for shaving in solidarity with.
You know what? I want Amy to know that I was thinking of her at those moments.
Oh, God.
No, is that too soon? Sorry.
Hey,
yes, sir?
Someone has a text that says, you're general manager of the Seattle Seahawks. Reasonable answers only, please. But who would you go with as the quarterback for the Seahawks?
Oh, well, to be like a reasonable Seattle Seahawk member of management, I will tell you that we're still not trading Russell Wilson, and we're not lying about that.
So I guess
I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter at Seahawks management for lying to me, which they did for 5 years. They lied like hell to me, and I will never be convinced off of that all they did was lie about how everything was hunky-dory with Russell. But anyway.
Well, what are they supposed to say?
I wish they would just go, look, you know what? We want to be here's the kind of team we want. Pete's team, and we're choosing Pete over Russell. We're
They
going to
pretty much did say that by trading him, though.
Yeah.
I know, but they could have done that years ago. And instead, instead giving them all that money.
I'm sure they were hoping they can make it work with whatever they had planned, but I'm sure they weren't like, we'll sign them for all this money and watch our team fail. I'm sure they were thinking, we'll sign for all this money and we'll make it work.
Yeah,
it's too good of a quarterback to get rid of.
And I will say this, that I bet Pete Carroll was grumbling like, bad move. We shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be going in this direction. I know the way to win with my style. And, that's...
But okay, right now, who are you going to pick?
Oh, I'm going to go with anybody? I can pick anybody?
Well, they said reasonable, so I'm thinking what they're saying is obviously Baker Mayfield could be a potential thing.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Colin Kaepernick could be a thing. Geno Smith.
I don't know about that.
Drew Lock.
I'm going to go... Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you this right now.
I mean, there's a lot of options.
Yeah.
None amazing, maybe, but...
I don't know much about the college draft. So and again, it's not necessarily a given when you get a quarterback from the college draft. I also believe in sorbet. I really, really do. And I think that, I'm going to go with Drew Lock. I think that sorbet is a great thing. We're going to hate somebody. I feel like Drew Lock is the perfect guy to be a fall guy. I hate to say it.
He's too likable. I think people will like him even if he fails.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right then. All right. So, I'm going to still go with Drew Lock.
I already like the guy just from the interviews that he's done. He just comes off as like this guy that you just want to you'd buy him a drink if you saw him at a bar.
We'll see what happens if, in fact, there's some adversity there, because it seems like Denver was not a big fan of him because of the fact of the adversity. But, that's my pick, Steve. Who you got?
Well, Danny even said, I'm not opposed to the idea of just bringing Colin Kaepernick in to see what could happen. I mean,
I'm so opposed to that. I just don't think he's got it anymore. Well, nothing against him as a guy.
Then you find out by bringing him in. I mean, they've brought in guys.
I'm not saying just to try.
Yeah, I'm not saying name him the starter. That's stupid. But give him a chance to win the spot.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, that's zero. I mean, there's really zero loss to that. It's just they've done that before with some older superstars, and they bring them in. They're like, yeah, not working, gonna cut you. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, as long as I don't pay him a lot, because I really feel like he just does. Because he was falling apart long before the controversies, if you ask me. And in 5 years off, I just don't know what he can bring to the table. But yeah, I'm willing to give him a shot.
I wish they had more than one number one or more than one first round pick, because I do like the Malik Willis guy. I just don't know if you want to spend your first pick on it, because he's going to go in the first round.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the guy. I think you could probably get something better for what the team needs. But that would be a guy that I'd be pretty excited about. I don't know, man. Bring back Matt Hasselbeck at this point.
Oh, you want Matt Hasselbeck?
Yeah.
See, I think the question, and if anybody has an answer, Danny or Rev or Vic, besides that, go right ahead. But I really want to see them get a stud running back. And I know we just got Rashad Penny, but we need I almost want to have 3 stud running backs, just because it seems like they're always injured. And I think with what they want to do, the running back to me is much more important than the quarterback right now.
Well, I think they're locked with. I think they're going to stick with Penny and.
I agree.
And with hopes of, fingers crossed, Chris Carson's coming back.
Oh,
that's the vibe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Someone says, "Hey, don't forget, you need to check out Drew Lock's girlfriend." Wow.
Yes.
She is yes.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to.
She's a winner.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't get girls like that if you're a loser.
Okay.
That's why they picked him. They're like, we want him in the trade. We saw what he's working.
Ciara was a very attractive woman, and we only got one championship. So I mean, I guess if Drew can give us one championship.
Yeah, but in all fairness, we didn't get that championship with Ciara.
Oh.
It was a different girl that Russ was with.
Oh, so that's the real problem.
All those people that said that Ciara's to blame, maybe they were right all along.
I think you might have a point. Didn't think about that.
So Drew's going to stick with this girl if things go well.
All righty. Well, then I think we have it. I think we have everything we need. We don't even need a team at this point. We've got Drew and his girlfriend.
We don't need John Schneider. We can make these decisions.
Yes, we can. That's fantastic. All right. We have a big question that needs to be answered right now. What do Taryn Daly and a cheerleader have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:52 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Taryn Daly and a cheerleader have in common?
They can both be aggressive. B-E, aggressive. B-E-A-G-G-R-E-S-S-I-V-E.
Go, fight, win. I only know that because of a Faith No More song.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I feel like Taryn knows that because maybe she used to be a cheerleader.
You know what? I was, for even a whole year, the captain of the Stanwood High School cheerleading squad.
Look at this. You were the captain of Stanwood.
But Vicky will love this. Vicky, at one point during my tenure as the captain, I made up a dance to System of a Down's Chop Suey. Yeah, so I was that kind of cheerleader.
And that's when they were like, okay, miss, this is not the vibe we're looking for.
Taryn, did you ever get kicked in the face while cheering?
I don't think I ever got kicked in the face. Definitely got dropped a couple times doing stunts and things of that nature, but no serious injuries.
My wife was a cheerleader. She shares some stories and people backhanded fists, not like random strangers, like fellow cheerleaders, because the choreography gets a little too close. It's pretty physical, man.
Oh, damn. I don't want that. Wow. Well, we got a survey that says 65% of Americans go, you know what, we'd be more willing to exercise if we had a cheerleader rooting them on. So,
like a Dallas cheerleader? Dallas cowgirl?
They didn't say which one, but, why not? Go for what you can get. Get a seagal if you want.
Just the horn is all we need at this point.
Do we, though? Well, Taryn is filling in for Ryan Castle. She is next with a 12-pack.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
Who would I want to be the official at my wedding if I could pick anyone?
I think you know who I'd want.
Oh, William Shatner.
Of course. Who'd be great at reading wedding vows? Captain Kirk saying, "To you, you, take this woman as your wife."
If it was living or dead, I think I would want Macho Man Randy Savage.
That would be fantastic.
She's the cream of the crop.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Your wife and my wife would be
thinking. Say I do.
Your wife and my wife would be so overjoyed at our choice.
BJ and Migs mornings on The Rock 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.